sides are even, here I'll sit in the mist. Be large in mirth, anon will drink a measure, the table round.
So this week we have Great Lakes Theater Company here at Elyria High School. They're doing the Macbeth Residency for all of our 11 honors English classes after they've completed reading the entire play of Macbeth. They bring in 2 professional actors who are extremely well-versed and knowledgeable in this particular play and only this play. And they travel around working with different schools to take the play from the book, the textbook, onto the stage for the kids. So that's what we're doing this week, all 5 days. So we've been using the residency program in Elyria City Schools for as long as I've been here. It's close to probably 17 years. We've had Romeo and Juliet, we've had Scarlet Letter, and now we do Macbeth. So we've just kind of incorporated them, and they've done such a wonderful job with our students and interacting with them that we've just asked them to come back every year. Every day the students come in. It is only 1 class per period, so it's 2 actors with close to 20, 25 students, and each day is one particular act. Macbeth, coincidentally, falls into 5 acts, so every day they take 1 act. And in that day, they try to break it up into 3 different areas. So the first area is them breaking down a particular scene with the kids participating. As you can see, they dress up, they use props. On Friday, they'll do some sword fighting. So they do that. Then they have some type of discussion related to a theme or an issue that's being dealt with in the play. And then the last part is the 2 professional actors get to act out part of the act for the kids, which is great because a lot of these kids have never seen this. They don't get to go to events where they see professional actors on stage, so they get to see the background and then they get to see the performance at the end. So because it's English class and these kids did not sign up for drama, some of them are a little apprehensive. They're a little weary of going on stage and performing, but they go in with an open mind, and so many of them experience things that they didn't really know that they would like or enjoy. And they only ask for volunteers to do the actual acting, so no one's pressured into acting if they don't want to, but most of them by the end really enjoy it. And they get interpretive kind of say, so they look at scenes and they decide how they want to portray that on stage, and they talk about like their voice and again costumes and props. So a lot of them who've never experienced drama actually just from a regular English class get to experience that.
Well, we go into a different school system each week. We spend a week with the students. The program itself spans K through 12, so it can be any age level. Of course, we're with juniors this week, and we just spend 5 days with them. At this level, they focus on one story, Macbeth in our case today, and we get to delve into it with them, get them on their feet, and looking at things from an acting point of view. Personalizing the story and making more connections to what they've read, and throughout the whole week they get experience with the highlights from the plays or from our stories. So today is day 3, so we've sort of got to the meat of the story. Macbeth, unfortunately, his first public appearance falls apart in our banquet scene. That's the first one we do. And then the second one, he decides he needs to go back to see the witches again to get a few more prophecies and see how things are going to go. So he heads back to the cauldron scene, and our students in that scene get to be witches and bubble a cauldron. Today is their biggest day with acting because we're just sort of on the sidelines and we coach them through things. But today is mostly all about them acting. They have had a few opportunities to volunteer on day 1. They got to be. They all got to be witches, and a couple people got to be thanes and a messenger. Yesterday we hogged all the roles, but today, so today is their first big day. It's all about them getting on their feet, and they get to step into the roles of Macbeth and Lady Macbeth and the thanes and the witches, so it's an exciting day. Sometimes Shakespeare can be pretty intimidating sometimes, especially for students in high school. The weird words, the syntaxes are inverted. It can be it can keep you at arm's length, I guess. And that's another great thing about when we get to come in and spend a week with them. That you get to see that arm's length sort of disappear, and they really jump into the story. So it's exciting.
Hence, horrible shadow! Being gone, I am a man again. Pray you sit still.
You have displaced the mirth and broken the good meaning.
Can such things be? When now I think you can behold such sights, and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks, when mine is blenched with fear?
What sights, my lord?
I pray you speak not. He grows worse and worse. At once. Good night.
Good night, and better health, attend his end.
A kind good night to all.